Hello, everybody. Rob Beasley here from the Gaslighter Chronicles. Mercy, 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 mercy. Wow. Everything runs the script. I'm not kidding. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So what's been happening? The trolls, bless their souls, or their arseholes, whichever way you want to look at it, what they've done is they've rang Mercy Saltwater Clinic and they reported and sent emails. So they've been very active in doing that. And that's engaged Mercy to actually come and do a review. Now, I don't know whether they're sending a cat team, apparently. They're on their way. From local here, so they're local people. So that might give me some hope in negotiating with these folks. Hello, viewer number one. So that's already action. I've actioned, like I said I would. I've contacted, what's the name of them? Oh, one of the big legal firms anyway. It's going to cost me a fucking arm and a leg. So they've been briefed. They're now reviewing the case. I'm going to be ringing mental health. I'll keep the number to myself at the minute. So there's another organisation for more immediate support and advocacy. The Law Institute have been contacted, so I'm fucking ringing up everybody, I am. And making sure that, hello, viewer number two, making sure that everyone knows the story, the glory. So, interestingly, that's probably about all I need to say. They nearly got me, the buggers. They nearly got me. Yeah, so basically what's happened is this. The bullying cartel, and I'm going to find out precisely which one did it, right? I have my clues. They sent emails. So I'm going to be insisting with my legal people, I'm going to be insisting that Mercy, before they take me anywhere near any sort of hospital, that they actually provide the evidence for the call. I will tell them, now if they behave nefariously, well, their goose is already cooked, because the legal company have taken on my case, and so that'll just get followed through. And we've got all the evidence, so their Mercy are going to be in some fucking deep shit, and I'm going to make sure it's published as far and wide as I can. I was always suspicious about Mercy from the second time I was taken away, because the doctor that came to visit us, what he did is he had already prescribed a certain statement of my condition without even having seen me. Fucking sus bastards they are. So maybe, baby, we're going to be in for some money, and I'm going to get some rough and tough justice. Gee, I thought, hello, viewer number two. I thought I'd have a lot to say. What I might do, hey, I've got an idea. I'll pull them in a minute. Oh, come on, come in, you bugger. Come in. Trouble with these young kids, you can't fucking tell them what to do. He's fucking still sitting there. This is friend. Hey, Z, hang on a minute. Hang on. Oh. I'll put the side chat up. So is the from the past, a blast from the past, is that the? Jeez, you kids are hard to work with. I'll give you an update anyway, dude, on what's happening. Put something in the chat, will you? Put something in the side chat. Oh, or can you? Maybe you can't. Jeez. Just something. Just a letter, any letter. No, you bastard. Anyway, what's happened, right? I'm just telling the viewers that I've written a book. What is this thing called? God. And in that book, I went to flog it online, and I ran into these internet fucking bullies. John May, Chaswold the Almighty, Fizzy Boom Boom Boom, Frank Green, Cerberus Hex, and many others, and I can give names and shames. But those are the main group. Those guys have rang the Mental Health Institute, right, that I went to in Melbourne. They realised I wasn't there. So now they've got people coming from locally here to come and pick me up and cart me away. Ha 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 ha. So that's exactly where it's at. And I'm just trying my damnedest to try and thwart them. So what I did, once again, I rang a seriously large fucking a medical law practices firm. And I've briefed them on going after Mercy. And I think based on their criteria, I've got a case that should be easy to win. So that's step number one. Step number two, I'm contacting the Mental Health Institute in Melbourne. That'll be for some more immediate advocacy. The Law Institute of Victoria I've contacted, and the Health Commissioner, I'm contacting them as well. So I'll cover as many bases as I can. What I'd like the online community to consider doing, I'd like them to consider supporting me in any way, shape or form they can. And here's the support I need. Mercy Health have to be pressured into providing the basis for their concerns for the term is called sectioning. All right. So that's pretty much it. Nothing more complicated than that. Look, is there anything you want to say? Well, that says enough, actually. I think. What do you think of foxes? You bastard. Oh, what? Foxes. 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 Rhymes with boxes. B-O-X-F-O-X. Foxes. Yeah. What do you think of foxes? Hey, when someone doesn't give me an immediate answer, it makes me think, what the fuck are they up to? The animal. No, the animal. Are there any other type of foxes? I only thought of one fox or foxes as animals. I'm not. Oh, wait a minute. You mean like foxies? Foxes, lady foxes with hairy boxes. I tell you, actually, I hope I don't get bloody locked up again, but it's a story. So if you go to the Good Wolf channel and the Good Wolf channel, and you go to the what's the other one? Oh, the Atheist Jesus channel, and just have a look at that sort of stuff. For anyone that's got the special conditions that we might enjoy. Yeah, I've been for a while. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, what I hope you pick up from it is how to deal with life. Life amongst the turds. And I mean that in a loving way, of course. All right, I'm glad to hear that, dude, actually. So quite seriously, I don't know. Hey, listen, I've got a question for you. Like I was married for 40 years to my wife, and I thought, everything's okay. I knew she was a little bit odd and all the rest of it. And she always thought I was odd. But it turns out she had a little possessive. Yep. I pulled the pin on it, mate. It actually gets that critical. You've got to make really clinical decisions. You just have to, because if you don't, what happens is if you give them a quarter, they'll take a yard and they'll stab you in the back for it. And this is my wife, right, who loves me dearly. I know that's true. But she would always favour the medical diagnosis, even though I was telling the truth. She would favour that because it kept me under her control. I know it sounds weird, but I promise you it's absolutely true. And she did it again today, even after we've had long talks. Try to get through them. Mate, very, very, very difficult. So I'm just saying to you, just manage that little beast and kick it in the nuts if you've got it. So in other words, I say you either change or I go. I'd rather live alone than live a life under that sort of governance. And the thing is, you know better than most, we will not be told what to do. But equally, we don't tell others to do our bidding either. And that's the way it's meant to be. That's how life is. That's how life is. And, all I've learned, the biggest lesson is, just say it as it is. And if they don't like it, make sure you tell them to piss right off. And come back. You can come back whenever you want to play the game the right way. Tough love. Oh, yeah, good point. Very, very, very good point. No, I actually think you're spot on there. Jesus, you mate, you're special. It was actually one of the kids, but I was speaking about an issue with her, right, which is still relevant, and she does muddy the waters. But it was one of the children that really fired it up. And then when you get on top of that, all of the bloody tree mail coming in from the internet. Yeah. So how's your lot going? How's your life going? You got it sorted or all okay? Good. And what about your brother? Top notch, yeah. What? And is it because you're in control? Take charge? Yeah, baby. And brother, or is brother a fake brother? Brother, fake brother? Brother, real brother? So he was a fake. Your 12-year-old brother or your 13-year-old brother, that was you, right? I'll give you some irony, right? You don't like telling lies, do you? I'll give you some irony. That Troy dude, right? So he's your brother from another mother, so same dude like you. He runs around with these other characters. And it's funny to watch, actually, because he'll be talking to himself and the people in the room think it's two different people. He's bloody shit, you guys have got it going on. Hey, mate, I love you to bits. And I'm really glad your timing of turning up is just spot on. Thank you very, 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 very much. Yeah, brother. Oh, no, that's that question, yeah. Hey, you're welcome. Thanks, mate. Hey, did you get an inkling or some idea to come, or just bloody dumb luck? Because Adam turned up at the perfect time too. No, not Adam, Troy. He turned up at the perfect right time. It was just unbelievable. Like, yeah. Oh, I'll take it. So is there a God? What? No, I agree. What about this scenario, right? Because when we're well, just all the time, I guess, the ideas don't come from any preparation. They just flow like water. There seems at times to be almost like there's another intelligence in the mix. So there's our intelligence, and then there's like another intelligence. What do you think? Don't want to answer that one. Not really. Yeah. Okay. I suppose I'm probably leaning towards, it's a facility we have. When you open up that second survival instinct, then it just works. Turns on the light. Oh, here's a saying I came up with, and I kind of like it, so maybe it's got some bearing in it. The creator is in the creation. It's in the creation. I might go and see if I can find some victims now that I know who I've got in the room. Actually, dude, you too. Let's go get some people in here. Hope it goes okay. Yeah, okay. You are helping, dude. You are helping. I'll put on a note. I don't know whether you can hear this, but I put on a Rob goes to jail. That'll get him coming in. Oh no, I'll do this. Rob taken away. That'll please them. Oh, Cyprian, we can tolerate you. Here's our guest starting to come in. Cyprian will be in, no doubt about it. Now I need those pseudonym sent a message. Ah, okay. Oh, there they are. There's Brick City. Oh, hello. Who's this?
Stupid phone.
What's the matter?
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I've been busy, but I am able to join this chat for a little bit. So, hello.
Hello. Hey, Z, hang on, Cyprian, you're muted, dude.
All I'm saying is this just sounds like a voice that's automatic. Like I have been useful, but tonight This text says I should say this.
Hey?
Hmm.
Rob, I'm sorry to hear about your latest family situation.
Oh, sure you are, Sydney. You haven't got a fucking heart in your body, dude. You feed the bad wolf. Bad wolves never have feelings for others.
Okay, well, I'm still sorry about it. You know, it's not nice.
No, what you're doing, that's the maneuver I call ass covering, Sydney.
All right, you can do
Your
you can
ass
call it what you
fucking
like.
covered.
You can call it what.
Hang on. Hey, I got a special guest for us today, peeps.
What's that?
In the side chat, we've got the helper.
Who's that?
He's a Canadian, so he comes from your turf, Sydney. You better be careful.
Don't trust him. Don't trust him. He's a Canadian.
Oh, no.
You ain't got no voice, bro.
Don't.
Very special.
You don't got no voice.
Very special.
Don't.
Now,
don't
what he says, Sydney, what he says is, Sydney, sarcasm isn't needed. Now, this is coming from a 16-year-old boy
He's not.
that
16.
when he was 15 was abused
Benny
by
trolling
me
you, man.
by giving him a sex ed talk.
It's Benny trolling you.
It's Benny. It's Benny trolling you, you dickhead.
Who?
It's
It's
Benny
not- it's
trolling
Benny.
you.
Well, let's see him. Let's see him. Let's see Benny.
All right, let's see him
Come
then.
on.
Come on.
Prove it.
What do you mean prove it? How's he going to fucking prove it? He doesn't talk. You know that.
If he comes on camera or
Well, here's the thing. You guys don't believe this.
No.
Hang on, Sydney. Here's the thing. You don't believe it that I'm enlightened. You don't believe that I can read in text who a person is.
no, I
This
can't.
guy is the kid. This guy is the Canadian
Oh, it's
kid.
fucking
His
Benny
name-
trolling you.
Benny,
you
His
fucking
name is
Alright?
John P.
Alright, we've
JP.
had this fucking thing set up for fucking weeks and weeks and weeks. We thought we'd do it just to fucking pull
Yeah,
the
we've got
fist
you. We got you, buddy.
Yeah. we just-
How did you get me? How did you get me?
Okay. Listen, just to prove to you that you're not enlightened, that's why we set this up, to prove that you're not enlightened. All right.
Yep, that's the way it
That's
happens.
the man, Sydney. Hang on. Just wait there a moment. I've just got to make sure the audience gets a balanced perspective. Now, JP, have you got any thoughts on how we might be able to prove your identity without compromising your identity? Don't have to stand naked or do anything you don't want to do, mate. Now, one thing I will tell you, and before you rudely interrupt me, is that I am a very good reader text. And I knew this kid really well, you know, as he does me. And so I know, just by the way he comments, the way he uses his structure of his text, the things he talks about, the things he perceives. I'll give you an example, right? I was talking about how I left Sandra and explaining it to him, what my reasons are. And he picked up that he didn't think that it was Sandra. And in fact, he was 100% spot on. It was Mandy, I think, Mandy or Angie, the kids that rang up. So this shows you this kid of 16, not 15, he knows exactly what's going on. Now, I don't know, helper, is there anything you would add or just leave it at that or what? Now notice, I don't tell him what to do, even though he's 16, I don't tell him, he decides. Hey, listen, helper. Oh, that's fine, you can leave it at that. Okay, all right, mate. Is there something that we could do outside this context? You know, like show some of your work, show your creativity, show your talent. Is there something that we could do? It doesn't have to be now, but just something you put in the thing. So if I get dragged off to the funny farm, what I want you to do for me, buddy, don't worry about that bulldog. I want you to prove to these pricks who you are without compromising yourself. Because watch them. So you can't let them know your identity. You just can't. So you've got to find a way to do it. Or even if you work through Troy, you know Troy, your brother from another mother. Well, I'm not gay, Sydney. No, it's not Benny. I know Benny's shtick. I know how he functions. He's not like this guy, this person, this the alpha. All right, boys, come back in. Come back in. So, no, I didn't blame the kids. It was you guys that set the scenario, and then Sandra's got this little ego monster in her, like you pricks do.
Well,
and I'm not going to tolerate ego monsters. I will not tolerate them.
Who's Mandy?
Hey,
Who's Mandy?
my daughter.
And who's Angie?
My daughter.
Well, you just blamed them.
What?
You just blamed them for your marriage breakup and not Sandra.
No. I blame you people, the bullying cartel, the ones that
Well, I'm not Angie, and I'm not Mandy.
The court. Now, you know, I'm damn sure you know that Mercy have contacted me, and they're sending out a, what do they call?
A cat team.
Ambulance.
No, cat team. So they're using the local agency.
What? Cat team?
They're using the local agency. But I told you, boys, I was prepared. So I've called the legal people.
Awesome.
I'll even give you a case number.
I'm looking forward to our court date, actually. Very much.
Well, it's not you, Sydney. I'm suing Mercy.
Yes, it is. I called you a pedo. I called you everything.
Oh, yes, Sydney. Yes, your turn will come, but I'm dealing with dealing with Chaswold the Almighty first, and
I am much
Cerebus Hex second, and then depending on how people behave beyond that point, I'll deal with them. Now, what you're doing today, Sydney and Bulldog, the fact that you rang up Mercy hasn't served your purpose. So, Bulldog, I will hurt you in the where it hurts you most. Your son will become my target.
I am much more dangerous to you, Rob, than Chaz or Bulldog.
What's that? Sorry?
Much more dangerous to you than Chaz or Bulldog together.
Who?
Me.
Who? You?
Yes.
You're fucking nutty, Sydney. You live in a dream world. You're a fantasy player.
Rob.
You're a fantasy player. You're delusional, Sydney. You're a nobody.
Next one to recognize one.
You make silly eye gestures at the camera.
Oh,
you live in a fantasy world. You think you're the king of the Jews. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Why don't you come on camera?
You're nothing more than an idiot.
You don't like the Jews?
So, Sydney, how I'm going to deal with you is I'm going to get you where it hurts you most.
And where's that?
That's your ego. I'm going to absolutely destroy it.
Oh, no, don't go after the ego. Not the ego, Rob, please. It's not the ego.
Yeah, the ego. Well, he'll think it'll hurt him, but it'll actually do.
Rob, destroy anything else, just not my ego, please.
Don't do the ego, Rob. Leave his ego alone. Leave it intact.
Crush it to pieces.
No, don't do it, Rob. Please,
that's not playing fair.
We're begging you, please don't hurt his ego.
It's wholly unfair.
How old's your son? How old's your son?
How old's my son?
Bulldog?
Eh?
How old is your son?
I can't remember. I've got that problem that you've got. I can't remember.
Right. Is he about, say, 12 or 13 or?
Oh, he could be about that, but then again, he could be about like 15 or 16. But then again, that would put us in
Hey, Bulldog.
Could be 8 or 9.
Bulldog.
But he could be 10 or 12.
Bulldog. Hey.
Hello.
Bulldog.
What?
Bulldog, I'm going to introduce your son to 2 new friends.
He doesn't need any friends. He's got plenty.
Well, he's got no option.
No, he has got options.
Yes, he hasn't.
Hey, listen, he knows better not to come on here and talk to people like you.
Deliberately, Sydney. Huh?
Did you try and pull a trick on me again, Beasley?
Sorry?
Did you just try and pull a trick on me?
Now, boys,
Boys.
You can do me a favour here and I'll treat you less kindly, but I mean every word I'm saying at the moment.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Are you
So
gonna,
what you can do for me, is bring Mercy Health. Mercy.
Mercy
out of it, Rob. Why do you want to go to Mercy?
Done the wrong thing.
Leave
Now,
them.
if you don't, I promise you this, John May. Your relationship.
Hang on, please. I've got someone to be talking.
Your relationship with your son will be over permanently. I mean what I say.
Whoa, them's big words.
Well, no, they're not. They're little words.
That's a big threat.
I promise you they'll happen. I promise you they'll happen.
Oh,
Sydney, if you do not comply on this request, you will lose that ego and probably eventually your home.
Okay, I'll bet you $100.
No, I'm not betting anything. It's
I'll bet
what
you
I
your
say.
home against. Okay, your home against my home. How's that?
No.
Beasley hasn't got a home at the moment. He's living with his fucking mum and dad.
You're a
Bulldog will
63-year-old.
not have a son. You
Back
will
with your
not have a
parents.
house.
You're a 63-year-old man. You moved back in with your parents. Are you serious?
63.
And you moved back in with your parents.
Yes, correct.
Why is that?
How mature does that make you look?
I don't give a fuck, Sydney. All I care about is you losing your house and him losing his son.
Oh, really?
Where would you like me to send my house?
Just send the money. Sell the fucking house and just give me the money.
Okay, how much you want?
Work for your own money,
What?
Beasley. Stop trying to pinch other people's money.
But Sydney, and Bulldog, you'll never, while I live and breathe, you'll never escape standing in your jockeys doing that full profession.
I don't wear jocks. I don't wear fucking jockeys.
I reserve the right to stand fully naked. I stand fully naked. I'm not ashamed.
Beasley, I don't wear jocks.
Well, that's your problem, not mine. Just so long as you make the full profession and being honest, I'm happy.
I couldn't work out a purpose for them, so I stopped wearing them. So what do you want me to do next time?
We stand naked, Bulldog.
What?
We're going to stand naked.
Lavender, hello.
That means you're going to see my schlong.
Yes. No. Rob is. Because Rob wants to see your schlong.
Hey, Rob, why do you want to see my schlong for?
No, I don't. All I care about.
Well, you just said I'm going to have to stand fucking naked.
Fucking hell. Bloody noisy prick. Now, hang on. It doesn't matter where he lives as long as he has a roof over his head. He's fine. So don't say jack about living under his parent. Sydney, did you pick that up?
No, what happened?
I'll read it again. This comes from your 16-year-old Canadian.
Oh, from Benny?
No. It doesn't matter where he lives as long as he has a roof over his head. He's fine. So don't say jack about living.
Oh, so you
under
think?
his parents' house.
So you think that's the you think that's advice from a 16-year-old that you can rely on, huh?
No, living under his parents' house.
He's 16. You're 60.
What are you talking about?
You're 60. You moved back in with your parents. He's 16.
63.
Benny's 16 and he hasn't moved out from his parents.
Oh, I don't know. No, but hey, you missed it, Sydney. This is why I told you you're a dumb fuck. We were talking about underpants, and he's cleverly included that into, because I don't live.
No, I said I'm not going to wear underpants. I'm going to stand naked.
Oh, Jesus, Sydney. You're such a dumbass. All right, let's bring the bullfrog back.
Why? Because I'm a dumbass because I don't comply to your directions.
Oh. Who's Lavender? Lavender, who are you?
Hello.
Hello. Who are you? Hey?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, and what?
You see, that's not Benny. You can tell. It's somebody. It's a person. It's an adult. Whereas this other guy with the blue thing, with the blue icon, he's no face, no voice, no nothing.
Yeah, well, that's the mystery, isn't it, Sydney? But I know.
Yeah, well, it's such a
The only
mystery.
thing that we
It
haven't
could be. It could be my grandmother there. It could, you know.
I'll tell you what happened, Beasley, right? It's Benny. Him trying to put a fucking picture on his icon. That's why he's in the room now. It was a rush job.
Yeah, all right.
When did you leave? Actually, when did you leave? Yesterday?
What?
I got
What?
B.
Okay.
Did you move in yesterday with your folks?
Hang on, Lavender spoke. Lavender?
Oh.
Lavender?
Okay. All right. Did you move in yesterday?
Hey, hang on. Hey, Z, do you know Lavender? Because he's certainly got some early warning signs.
Lavender
You're
blue.
not going to fucking talk either. Why are you torturing me, you priest? Sorry, yes, Sydney. Yes, Sydney.
Yes. What?
I don't know, you had a question.
Oh, I was going to ask you. Did you move into your folks yesterday? So you've spent one night there?
Oh, I can't remember. Maybe 2 nights.
2 nights now. Hmm. So are you going to get divorced and split the house? What's going to happen?
2 weeks.
Are you getting divorced and splitting the assets, the house and everything?
What's that, so again?
I said, are you going to get divorced and split the family assets?
I haven't decided, Sydney. It'll go one of 2 ways, and apparently there's some sort of bloody implication for mental health
What's that?
that affects you gaining an equal share. If I can get an equal share, I'll probably go for it because that'll be a kick in the ass for her. But she'll be fine. She's got good family, good children. The issue is this, Sydney. I can't live. It's like dealing with you pricks. I bend over too much in terms of accommodating your fucking moron behaviour. Not anymore. not anymore. And because I always end up in bloody problems.
Hospital.
So
Yeah.
now I take full control. I take absolute full
You
control.
need my guidance.
Well, I let him rattle on, but
Yeah, you should
when it
listen
comes
to
to
me,
a point of
right?
something to be dealt with,
Your way
I
of thinking
fucking
is
deal
the
with it
wrong way,
clinically.
right? Your way of thinking is the wrong way, Beasley. That's why you're going to listen to me, right?
Well, actually, John, no, as it turns out. I don't have to listen to you at all. Now, what he does here, Sydney, eventually I can wind him up and I can do it reasonably quickly. And he goes into the fight-flight pattern, and then he dumps out of the room, and then he snipes us, and,
You're the one who gets
you
wound
guys come along and keep loving him and enabling him to be such a prick to humanity.
Bulldog is a top-class human being.
Oh, yeah, fucking for sure. He's a fucking lowlife. Get it right.
He is top of the heap, is what he is.
All right, how's that so, Sydney? What are the qualities that make him such a wonderful, 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 wonderful?
Okay, I'll tell you. He's honest. He's empathetic.
Hold it. How do we know he's honest?
Because he doesn't lie.
Don't tell me you believe that, right?
Of course I believe it. You know it.
Okay.
You know it to be
Here
true.
we've got it. Hang on, Sydney. We've identified the fucking problem. It appears that you're the problem. You believe stuff that's not true. Because I can give you countless pieces that I've collected on Bulldog over this bloody years. And
Yeah, but
he lies incessantly.
I have
He
you on.
lies
I
incessantly.
have heard you, Rob. I've heard you say on tape that Bulldog, that you made a mistake. And Bulldog is not.
No
You
talking
said that.
about me. No
Yes,
talking
you
about me. We've done that to death. Let's talk about you guys for a change.
All right, let's talk about us.
Yeah. Well, I know everything I need to know about you people.
Do you
so
know
I've
everything
got
about me that you need to know there, buddy?
Hey, what's that?
You know everything about me that you need to know?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a very good interpreter of human spirituality, and human spirituality tells everything about the important things about a person and their behaviours, their agendas, why they do whatever it is they do. And so I know that. I know that extremely well. And actually, having said that, the gentleman to your left, he is like me. He also...
You don't like Benny. You told Benny to go fuck off.
It's not Benny.
This is Benny.
Nope.
What do you... Rob, come on.
No, it's not Sydney. It's not.
No, it's not Sydney. It's Benny.
Hey, didn't I say Bulldog would get all wound up and then he'd spit the dummy? Well, he's just exhibited that behaviour. I'll let the prick off the chain for a minute.
Come on, let him in.
He'll eventually trash it.
Just let him in.
But look, Sydney, I know all your little games. You know.
But I'm a little concerned about you, Rob. I'm a little bit concerned about your welfare.
No, you're not, you lying prick. Now, Sydney, I'm going to say to you this once and once only, right? Your duration in here is dependent on authenticity. The moment, and I'll be the judge, right? The moment that you break that condition, all right, I'm going to kick you out. Because I need to go for a walk and, you know, prepare to be picked up and dragged away and drugged and all of those wonderful things that are coming my way.
Do you just threaten to kick me out?
Aren't they, Beasley? They're looking for you. Isn't that true?
Yeah, but that's because you pricks rang up Mercy.
Yeah,
I know that because they told me they got emails off the internet. So what I've done to deal with that is I've got my advocates to come with me when I get picked up, and we're going to insist. We're going to insist. We're going to insist on seeing these emails. We're going to insist on seeing these emails. We're going to insist on seeing these emails. If they can't satisfy our request, then the legal person will go away with my instructions to take further action.
Beasley,
You can afford this, can you?
No, I can't. But I don't give a shit. I'll sell my house.
Hey, Beasley, why don't you just give up now? Give up. You're surrounded.
Well,
You're surrounded. Can't you see it that you're in a losing
Surrounded by friends.
no.
We want you to get better.
I'm not surrounded. Well, yes. I've got some good friends.
Why don't you hang around with them?
What?
Why don't you hang around with them?
No, Sydney, I'm going to run you people out of the internet.
You're not going to do that, Rob.
Yes, I am.
You know that's a pipe.
No more internet for you. Who your days are.
This could be your last hangout. This could be your last hangout.
People watching your stuff. There'll be less and less people wanting to spend time with you. Same for Bully Boy, right? So your fate is sealed. Now, don't forget, I got the 12 Hounds of Hello. So no matter what happens for me, that crew are going to continue.
12 Hounds of Hello? What's that?
Yeah, Hounds of Hello. Hello.
Is that a Sherlock Holmes mystery?
Okay. I'll give you the phone number, dude. 9629-4422.
Who's that to?
What?
Who's that phone number?
Somebody.
Now, listen, you mentioned earlier that your dad is not an enlightened person, and I'm just wondering how...
No, I did say he was. He is.
You said that he wasn't.
No. You're a notorious liar, Sydney.
Well, that's what I heard you say.
No. Well, you've got problems with your hearing, Sydney.
Okay, I'll concede this one. Okay, fair enough.
Problems with your hearing.
All right. Like I said, I'll concede this one to you.
Hey, helper. Is that a cue for me to act? YN? Because, I mean, it is something that I should be doing.
Hey, Beasley, you can still do hangouts in Murphy.
Okay, shit. Whoa, that's impressive. Talk amongst yourselves.
What's impressive?
Amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Talk
to the helper.
Okay, mute yourself.
Benny, can you speak to us? Is that a yes or a no? No, he can't speak. See, I think that's Benny.
That's definitely it's definitely not a 16-year-old kid from Canada. That's 100% for sure.
Absolutely
100%.
I know, I agree, because I did speak to Benny. He says I'm going to play another trick on Beasley, and I think Beasley's fallen for it again. right?
That's why he was away for so long, right?
Which is, it's understandable that he'd fall for these little 3-card tricks. And now I'm just wondering what other tricks we can play on Beasley. I think the best trick you could play on yourself, Beasley, is just rock up to Mercy and say, "Look, take me in." That would be the best thing you could ever do, right? Opposed to them coming up and and grabbing you.
What's that noise?
I think someone's got a fucking lawnmower going or something like that. Someone's mowing the lawn. I wonder if it's
No, they're vacuuming the carpet.
oh yeah, vacuuming or playing with some sort of an electrical device, maybe a hairdryer, maybe
Maybe it's his chainsaw and he's splitting the house in half for his wife and half for him.
Yeah, I think that's my advice to you, Beasley, because you're banged up in your parents' house at the moment. Basically, you're probably like a criminal on the run. Like you're just banged up. And my advice to you is give up now, right? You know that you're surrounded, right? Right? You're hiding in some sort of room in your parents' house, and I think you should just go, okay, it's time to give up, off to Mercy. And spend a few weeks in there, and chill out. They'll give you the right things that you need. Right?
I can tell you why he feels guilty, and how I know he feels guilty, because he makes lots of videos. Every single video, it's, "Hi, I'm Rob Beasley, and I've been gaslit, and I was accused of talking to a 15-year-old, and I didn't mention masturbation, but he's." His mother should have said this, and his father should have done it, and I shouldn't have done it, and Benny told me to do it, and I shouldn't have done it, and Sandra told me not to do it, but I did it anyway. I mean, that's the same story over and over and over again.
That's manic mode, right? That's what we call manic mode.
Every single video, and then he goes on to explain how the true love and the sex work. I mean, what do you? Where's Beasley's sex ed certificate?
He's got no certificates whatsoever.
So where's his? How does he become a spokesman for anything?
I think what he does, he turns around and he becomes a spokesman by nominating himself. Right, that's what he does.
Oh, the democratic way.
Yeah. Like I nominate myself king of the castle, and that's how he gets around it.
Got it.
And then he claims victory after he's lost the race. Right, everyone's left the building, and he's going, "See, I told you that would go."
But it's a shame that he feels that he has to surround himself with minors.
Yeah, I've often wondered that. Why would a 63-year-old want to surround himself with like 14 and 15-year-old children? Why would that? Why? And then turn around and say, "Oh, hang on a second. Oh, all of these children who don't speak are enlightened." How's that? How's that work?
What if this Benny, the helper, said, "I'm from Mexico or from England or from..." He wouldn't be the same. He'd have said, "Yes, this brilliant kid from England or this brilliant kid from wherever."
All right. Helper, do I have to address these boys for being nefarious, telling fibbies, or trying to broadcast an improper message?
No,
yeah or no? Yay or nay?
You're the one who's broadcasting the wrong message, Beasley. You're the one who's got everything upside down, right?
Well, that's answered.
Well, you're the one who left your family also. None of us have left our families, and
well, people leave their families, Sydney. So I'm just going to quieten the boys down and make sure that the audience gets the full story. So what happened 3 years back? I came to the internet to promote a book that I'd written, a book that I think is really going to have a significant, ultimately, it's going to take a while, but ultimately it's going to have a significant impact on humanity. Oh, right. So a lot of effort and time went into it, and we're starting to cost that out. It's actually quite a lot of fucking money when you look at it from a legal perspective. The things that they sort of label as injuries. Anyway, so I come onto the internet, unaware of phenomena called gaslighting, and that is truly the best term for this particular behaviour because it's where a human psychologically abuses another, and it's rampant within the community that I came into, and I think I'm up to about 200 odd people that look like they're involved in it at one stage or another. So here I am. I walk into the hornet's nest. I meet a Chana Rocky. I'm attuned to ego. You can do that all day you like. This Chana Rocky, and so I give her a slap in the ego nuts, which usually gets me into trouble, but I don't care. I think it's more important that you let people know that at least someone's watching their bad behaviour. And then, outnumbered, no, actually, these two young guys, the 16-year-old, we could probably handle, I don't know, 1,000. Now, anyway, that's an arse covering move, Sydney, so you're in that fight flight sort of pattern holding. Oh, my friend the helper is the funniest person going around. He does mean he's sorry, but then really he knows that I don't really fucking worry about it. So that's just how in tune we are. So anyway, this Shanna Rocky, I bumped into her. Drama queen, drama queen. Oh, here we go. So speaking of drama queens, that couldn't have been more perfectly timed. So I'll just hide that drama queen. Oh, no, hang on, I'll hide the drama queen. Hey, we've got the ringleaders here at the moment, or most of them. Anyway, now, so I meet this Shana Rocky, and bloody the worst thing that could have happened in my life is I run into a guy called Spazzy, or Chazzy, whatever you like. Chazzy, World the Great, or the Almighty. Now, you know this, when someone calls themselves great, you fucking best steer clear of them. They're just nothing but nightmares and trouble. So, meeting him, he's the main instigator of this crew. He's the number one, and he's like maybe one of their lieutenants or one of their fucking captains or their generals or whatever you want to call it. But he's the guy that draws me into the whole scenario, and then the rest of them just feast on the carcass. And that's the 200 over the fullness of time, so we don't have to get into that sort of detail. Oh, pardon me. And so, yeah, this gaslighting phenomenon is a really intriguing and interesting. It's a simple format, and like everything that I seem to find, we can bring it back to very basic, simple structure. What it is that they try and damage you psychologically because, you know, you react and scream and carry on, and then they masturbate over all of that and think it's all jolly good fun. And because they're selfish people feeding the wrong wolf, they really don't care. Right, this is important, Lee, because this is the nature of the beast. They don't care what happens to you. You get hit by a bus, it wouldn't change them. So it's no point sort of putting anything human out there because it just won't work. There has to be an alternate way to deal with them. Kick them in the fucking ego nuts. Destroy their ego. Find a technique, but don't fall for the pity party crap because they'll eat you alive. So we must live by the code 100% all the time. That's the only thing that works, and it's the only thing that will ever work. Give no quarter anymore. Where am I at? Yeah, anyway, so what happened was these pricks and my family, because they've got egoic natures, basically combined to create an outcome that sees me sectioned into mental health care. I've done it twice, and they're trying their darndest to make it a third time. I'm trying my darndest to fight it. I might not win, that doesn't matter. For one thing, for sure, I've completed the journey. So for this journey of life and this journey to understand what and who I am and what this phenomenon, and it's a very special phenomenon called, it's a very special phenomenon it's called, this enlightened, and it truly is. I mean, well, you and I both know that we live a much richer life existence. And that's in a really tangible way. The way that our minds work, the way that we love, the way that we have sex, it's all a lot better. Hey, tell me something, Z. Maybe you won't, maybe for later. But do you have a bit on the side? I do. It's the way to go, you know. Now, whilst I've been talking, Z, the nuffs have just been prattling amongst themselves. So it's sort of like this. La 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 la. So they deliberately shut out information that's going to change or threaten. So we'll just have a look now at Ubuntu, and then we'll see. Coward. Sydney, talk to you now. Sydney, do you see how your little lieutenant ran?
Were you boring him?
Oh, right. But you missed the timing, Sydney.
No, I didn't. I was watching you were boring him.
No, Sydney, no, you didn't. Doesn't work that way. That was the quickest flight I've ever seen, and he just went bang flight, boom, gone.
Well, you think maybe he's got better things to do.
He's a lying prick and lying piece of shit, and you could probably feed him lines or whatever and get the wrong story, but here's the true story. That guy, and I know why it's true, because it was lightning, his exit was lightning quick. That comes from the instinct. You know, when it's a bit slower, it comes from other cues.
Oh, yeah.
The far cue. All right, Sydney, what do you want to talk about?
I'm still concerned about your welfare, Rob.
Why?
No matter what you say.
Why, Sydney? Why, Sydney?
Because I don't like to see people in distress.
Why, Sydney? Why, Sydney? Why, Sydney?
At least I don't like to see them in domestic distress. I don't agree with domestic.
Why, Sydney? There's a question.
I just told you.
No.
You can't ask me a question.
When I ask a question,
When I
ask a question, I expect an honest answer. If I don't get it, then I'm going to react accordingly. You know, so it's not hard, Sydney. I read the book perfectly. Well, most days. See, Sydney, you're 75. You got crazy fucking eyes, crazy bedroom eyes, and your life's journey is nearly up. I promise you. I don't know what you're believing, but there's no second life. There isn't.
I am Yahweh. That is my name. I will not give my glory to another or my praise to idols.
Yeah.
Isaiah 42:8.
Yeah. Yahweh.
Yahweh's fictional, right?
Yahweh was a Canaanite god, and they had a pantheon of God. He's not representative of true Jewish values and morals.
But you know that Yahweh is just a fictional concept. Right?
Yes.
Okay, just wondering. I want to make sure, because from your book, it's not all that clear.
Oh yeah. So I don't know what it is, Sydney. Maybe you need to be in a room with you and sort of have my hands on your testicles and just squeeze them every time you fucking lie. But
what the fuck, boy? You know, your fantasies are getting out of control.
No, Sydney.
You want to put your hands on my testicle? Are you fucking kidding me?
Think it through, Sydney. Think it through. All right.
Well, let's
If
talk
you
about.
if you want to get someone to tell
Yeah.
the truth and they're being absolutely stubborn about that, don't you think grabbing them by the testicles and threatening to twist them would be an incentive to tell the truth?
No, that's assault. Actually,
What?
it's assault. That is assault. Assault. You
Well,
will be.
then
You will be charged with assault.
why are you people here assaulting me and giving me the third degree?
No, we're not. It's
Oh,
your,
Sydney,
it's your choice, Rob.
Sydney,
Rob, it's your choice to come onto the internet.
Sydney, I did ask. I asked for the truth.
Okay. Okay, let's look at my screen and look at Gospel of Thomas thing 114. That's the last one.
I'll do it. Sure shut. Because I'll give it a fair hearing. Now, you mustn't interrupt. You mustn't interrupt. Because if you do interrupt, we know that you're up to no good.
Oh, okay. I'll shut up. I'll shut up.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Simon Peter. So Simon Peter, to give context, is a Jewish dude who would have been raised in the Pharisee tradition. So his mindset up to this point is Pharisee. So Simon Peter said to them, "Make Mary leave us, for females do not deserve life." So that would have been the mindset of the young Jews. And so Simon Peter said to them, "Make Mary leave us, for females don't deserve life." So you can see that Simon Peter, the Pharisee young Jew, has a hate thing going on for
women.
Or women. So he's a
Yep.
misogynist.
Right.
Now that's how Jews are, or were, and are. They're still misogynists, the Jewish crew.
Well, so these Muslims.
Hey?
So the Muslims and Christians.
Yeah, I agree. No argument. Okay, so Jesus, hearing what he said, now Jesus is a smart cookie. He's like the special
dude.
guest.
He's like the Big Lebowski.
Hey?
He's like the Big Lebowski.
The helper. So he says this. Jesus said, now remember, to be authentically Jesus, it must match certain criteria. So in this case, we expect that it would match the helper's word, except that, and I've lost my train of thought. Jesus
read
said,
read the whole thing first.
yeah, I'm kidding you. Jesus said, "Look, I will guide her to make her male." So he's saying, I'm going to instruct her, I'm going to be the righteous teacher of her, and the outcome of me doing that will be that she will be like male. So the first century AD folks thought that males were the only enlightened species. They're freaking not. Jesus
What
knew
about
better.
Jesus? Did Jesus think that too?
He thought that everyone is capable of enlightenment.
I understand that, but we're talking about saying 114 from the Gospel of Thomas.
Yeah.
And in your book, you write, Jesus said, "I myself shall lead her in order to make her male, so that she too may become a living spirit, resembling you males. For every woman who will make herself male will enter the kingdom of heaven."
Correct.
Explain.
Well, so what he's doing, he's being very tactful and respectful for Peter, someone that probably doesn't deserve the respect. So he's saying, all right, males are good, but he's saying if I teach them, females will be good as well. So that she becomes living spirit resembling your male. So that's enlightenment, the enlightened spirit. For every female who makes herself male, so for every female, for every female, for every female who makes herself male will enter the kingdom of heaven. So what he's saying there, so for every, because now he's put the responsibility back where it should belong, not with Jesus to bring them along. They have to find their own way. They have to know themselves. So when they know themselves, they will be known, and that's when the essence. Eh?
What is this kingdom of heaven specifically that Jesus is referring to?
Yes, it is the survival instinct for the human community, the herd of humans.
How do you come to that conclusion?
Well, it just makes perfect sense. So,
For every woman who will make herself male will enter the kingdom of heaven. That your explanation.
what she does is she practices the spiritual, path of coming to know thyself, eliminating egos. And when you eliminate the egos, what happens is this sleeper instinct of survival now becomes the forefront. And this is the moment of enlightenment. This is when you become enlightened. You don't create these elements. You don't create love. You don't create truth. You simply are drawn to live those things.
I understand what you're saying, but it's not relative to saying number 114. I need you to address that directly.
Yeah, okay. So I say it again, right? For every female that makes herself male, so don't forget, Jesus has said to Peter, who's a nuff, who thinks that the Pharisee story is correct, and that males are the spiritual beings, not the females. So he says, look, I will guide her to make her male. So he will teach her to make her like a male.
Okay, explain that. Why? What's wrong with female?
Eh?
What's wrong with being female?
Oh, no, the female element's there,
Not when she's a male, then the female element's gone.
But he's catering for Peter. He's catering for Peter's inadequacies without sort of trash talking too much. He's trying to present it the equality. That's the whole purpose of this thing.
Why would he cater to Peter and not humankind in general?
What?
You'd think that Jesus would be talking to humankind in general, not just to one.
No. The context is very specific to 1st century AD Jewish people that were being taught by the righteous teacher at Qumran.
Right, but you're saying that this...
Don't need... See, the thing about spirituality is that it doesn't need a definition in time. It's a constant. It's a constant through our lives.
I'd like to understand this this saying number 114 in its entirety, but I'm so far unsatisfied with that.
Well, what can I do, Sydney? If you're slow...
Well, for every woman who will make herself male will enter the kingdom of heaven. There's a couple of problems with that. Number one, women are obviously forbidden from entering the kingdom of heaven. Number two, the kingdom of heaven doesn't exist. So this... the Gospel of Thomas, especially the saying 114, kind of to me doesn't make much sense.
Euphemism.
What euphemism? What?
Kingdom of heaven is a euphemism for something other than a notional idea of a kingdom.
Okay, well, give me one word for the euphemism. What is it? Euphemism for what? I mean, the kingdom of heaven seems to me pretty obvious. There's a God in the heavens, and that's where you're going to go if you're male. But not if you're female.
Yeah.
So do you think you're going to get the female vote?
Yeah. Hey, listen, guys, I'm going to have to call it quits. Leave your money on the fridge as you go out. The helper might entertain you, and then he might not. Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah, very bloody.
Can you broadcast Bulldog, please?
No, I'm going to actually kick him out.
Well, then I'm leaving too.
All right, bye.
Bye.
This will get trash. All right, see you, peeps.